Welcome to the Tool Review channel. Today we're taking a look at the Yellow Jacket 6616 offset refrigeration wrench. Now I did previously review the standard refrigeration wrench from Yellow Jacket, but this is my daily use refrigeration wrench. I prefer the offset compared to the standard wrench, so I figured I would throw a review up of this guy as well. So as you can see right here, just like the standard refrigeration wrench, you have the Yellow Jacket name laser etched onto the surface, and you also have your model number right there, and below that, made in the USA as well. And then you do have your 1/4 inch, your 5/16 on this side for your square-headed screws or bolts, and then coming over to here, you have your 3/16 and your 3/8 on this side as well. And then you have a little warning. It's to clean and oil regularly, and that applies to these ratcheting mechanisms. They can get bound up if you don't oil them. They can get stuck on these, like the selector switch right here in the ratchet mechanism, and it won't move. So you do want to oil those up regularly. It's not something you have to do all the time, but every now and then do it. So like I said, this is the offset version. So if you have a set screw or something you're trying to remove off of a blower wheel, you want to get that set screw off. This is nice to have because it's on an angle, and if it's really stuck on there and you're really cranking on it, you don't have to worry about hitting your knuckles or your fingers on the fan. This guy kind of keeps them up and out of the way, which is super nice. And then you do have the key as well, which also is nice when you're working with service valves. So you go ahead and stick this in to the 1/4 inch side. I'm not sure what the heck I'm doing, but you stick your key in there, and this is 2 different sizes, and the key is super nice as well. And you can also get this shorter key, which is nice as well. This little key right here is mainly for if you're working on ice machines, because their service valves are a little bit harder to get to, and you don't have as much room. So Yellow Jacket does offer this little tiny key as well, which is nice. But it fits the same way as the little bit larger one that you see right there. It's just a little bit more compact, not as long. And here's a little comparison of the two. As you can see, it's just a little bit shorter than the standard one, and obviously it's got like a chrome finish to it, rather than this black oxide finish to it on this side. And now you do, like I said, this is a ratcheting mechanism, so you can either go forward or reverse. And you just have these little selector switches right here to choose which direction you would like to go. Now, like I said, this is mainly for refrigeration service valves. You can also use some of these square-headed screws, like the 1/4 inch. Screw will definitely work on your oxyacetylene tank, so if you want to open that stem valve on them, that is great for doing that as well. That one probably don't need an offset one for, because there's nothing really to hit your fingers on, so you can just use a normal straight one for that. But you can use this one too if you only have one. So like I said, this key has 2 different functions. So the smaller one is for the your liquid line valve, and as you can see right there, this tool works definitely a lot better than having to use an Allen key. So right there, the valve is fully seated, and if you want to unseat the valve, you just flip it in the other direction, and you just crank it loose, and you just open and close that valve right there, no problem. It's super easy and super smooth. And now we'll bring in our suction line valve right here, and as you can see, it fits a little bit better into there as well, and it will do the same thing. Now we'll take that guy off and show you the difference on the tools. The different adapters you can get right there, and as you can see right here, it does sit a little bit lower, and especially when that valve is cranked all the way down. So we'll go ahead and flip that guy around, and we'll crank this guy all the way down. Your wrench definitely does sit a little bit lower in the valve as well, which is super nice. So we'll go ahead and crank this guy down, and we'll give you a look at that. And this is another reason why you want to oil your tube regularly, because if you do this action quite a bit, it can lock up and not want to move. So the valve is fully seated right there. As you can see, that is how low this will sit, especially for an ice machine if you're working in a tight and cramped space. It's a little bit more room to work compared to this guy. You can see right there, it does stick out quite a bit more. So overall, this is definitely a nice offset refrigeration service wrench from Yellow Jacket. It should be available at most supply houses, or if you don't want to buy it from a supply house and you want to buy it online, there's quite a few retailers who carry the Yellow Jacket brand. You should be able to find this guy no problem whatsoever. I don't believe they sell it in a kit. I believe it only comes with just the wrench itself. It comes in a little plastic bag, obviously Yellow Jacket branded and stuff like that, but I only believe you get the wrench. So if you do want the offset wrench, you're going to have to buy the key for it as well, and you can pick and choose what size key you want to get for it as well, which is nice. And everything Yellow Jacket At least some of their tools and stuff are made in the USA, which is nice. Like this guy, made in the USA. Like I said in the other review, I'm not really sure if they make it or if they have an OEM in the United States that makes it and they just stick their name on it. Regardless, it's still a nice quality tool from Yellow Jacket, and I definitely can recommend it to everybody. Like I said, this is my daily use refrigeration wrench for when I'm doing new installs, or if I need to, you know, pump all the refrigerant down to the system to go repair a leak, or, you know, something like that. Or whether it's, you know, removing a set screw and a blower wheel or whatever. This is definitely my go-to rather than the standard refrigeration service wrenches. But that's all I really have to say for this tool. So if you are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. But that's all I have. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.